Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Hey guys, before we get started, please do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. America's favorite simp, Will Smith, just decided to slap Chris Rock, and it was basically for no reason at all. This is the dumbest thing ever. Will Smith is basically tired of being the butt of people's jokes. I'm sure it was because...
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, all right?
If you notice in that clip, Jada Pinkett Smith did not take it well. Like, instead, she gave an eye roll, and I'm sure she sicked him. Was like, how dare he? And then Will Smith, because he's a huge simp, felt like he had to prove something and slap Chris Rock, which I know that Will Smith is Philadelphia, and some people would say that that automatically means he has to. That doesn't automatically mean anything. The fact is, Will Smith has been letting his wife embarrass him for years now. She talked about the entanglement with August. She talked about getting her back blowed out by other people, and she just constantly embarrasses him. She's also been known to publicly pine for Tupac, which I'm sure Will Smith isn't a huge fan of that, or he really shouldn't be, even though Tupac's dead. It's like, come on, you don't have to rub it in your husband's nose that you were so in love with another man. Jada Pinkett Smith, just all the way around when it comes to being a wife, is an embarrassment. And I don't care what anybody says about slut shaming or not being pro-woman because I say something like that. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. As far as being a wife goes, Jada Pinkett Smith, is a true embarrassment. And I don't even know why Will Smith would stand up for her in the first place. Also, alopecia. I've had alopecia before, and it is scary, because what happened was, in case you didn't notice, Chris Rock did a joke about G.I. Jane, which was obviously a bald joke for Jada. And I myself have had alopecia because alopecia does make you lose your hair, and it's pretty unexplained, and it's pretty crazy when it happens to you because they don't know what causes it. It just comes and goes. For some people, it never goes. They'll just stay bald forever. It does, for some people, stay permanent. With me, it was like different sized, they were almost like nickel, dime, and quarter sized bald spots all over my head. And like I said, it is scary because for me, those spots were baby smooth. There was not even like the baby hair in there. It was just like completely baby smooth pieces of your scalp exposed. And so it really is scary in that way. But if you've got as much money as they do and you're going to the best doctors and you got your blood work done, because I got everything done and they were like, look, this is just alopecia. It's going to come and it's going to go, or maybe it's going to stay. Whatever happens. There's really nothing we can do about it. And so I don't even think I did like home remedy type stuff. I think I just left it alone, and I used eyebrow powder to cover up the bald spots while make them look dark so that people wouldn't be able to see them and they would blend in with the rest of my hair. Thankfully, I have thick hair, so I was able to cover a lot of it. I had to do a TV taping while I was, had alopecia, my first TV taping ever, which was for the Logo Network. But I was able to hide everything. And Jada really does rock a bald head well, and she's never been a bad looking woman. Jada Pinkett Smith is a beautiful woman, always has been, probably always will be. So I don't really know what Will Smith is so upset about, other than the fact that he's tired of being the butt of everybody's jokes, and his wife, like I said, probably was like, how dare you, you better go defend my honor. And now he's slapped Chris Rock, which might affect Will Smith negatively, because even when you're a darling, I can tell you this from really being around the LA scene and Hollywood in general, even when you're a darling, once you introduce physical violence to anything in LA, that's just not really part of the culture. And some people would say, well, there's gang culture in LA. That's true, but we're not talking about LA, the city. Right now, I'm talking about Hollywood and the way show business works. People will put up with a lot of things from you when it comes to being talented and show business, but physical violence just is not something that the entertainment industry specifically is down with. So it'll be interesting interesting to see how this plays out for Will Smith. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think will happen with Will Smith, or if you guys think there will be any kind of consequence at all. I personally do think that this is going to affect him. I know when Cardi B did her thing with Nicki Minaj, because, you know, it was, I think, at the Met Gala, and Cardi B, I believe it was, threw a shoe at Nicki Minaj and then tried to charge her. And that could have ended Cardi B's career. Because, you know, people will play whatever they're supposed to be. Like, you know, if it's gangsta rap or, you know, whatever it's supposed to be, people will play that role. And that may have been authentic in their former life. But once that crosses into real life, you forget how much money has been put into a lot of these productions. You forget that all of these celebrities could choose to go after not only Will Smith himself, like in this case, Chris Rock could choose to go after Will Smith in a legal way. He could also choose to go after the Oscars for not having better security, which some people would say, well, Will Smith is a celebrity and Chris Rock is a celebrity. It doesn't matter. If Chris Rock says, hey, this ended up fucking up my face, or I ended up dealing with some kind of residual pain, or you never know what a person has going on. That's why I say, especially after a certain age, you young kids, you do whatever you want. I mean, I would tell the young kids too, keep your hands to yourself. But honestly, when it comes to people in general, especially grown people, keep your hands to yourself, because everybody knows that once you get older, things don't work the same. Maybe you have some medical issues. Maybe you have a history of sports injuries. Who knows what's going on? But sometimes when you're dealing with older people, you think like a kid, oh, I'm just going to hit this motherfucker and that's going to be the end of it. And then it ends up being something much bigger than you were actually expecting. And there's a lot of legal ramifications. There's medical ramifications for the person on the other side. So my advice to everybody, in all instances, which I know some people have gotten mad at me about this because they think that there should be some loophole at all times. You live that way if you want to. But my best advice in all instances is adults, keep your hands to yourselves. No matter what somebody says, unless somebody's a threat of physical violence to you or has pulled a weapon on you and you think you can get that away from them, or you can smack the shit out of them and make it so that they can't use their weapon. Outside of that, I would say that there is never a reason for physical violence between adults. Young kids, do what you want. Like I said, legally, you don't face the same ramifications. You know, when you're a kid, you get in trouble. It's a whole different situation than when you're an adult, you get in trouble. And I really don't feel like Chris Rock is going to do anything about this. I don't think he's going to try to sue Will Smith. I don't think he's going to try to sue the Oscars. I don't think he's going to try to make a big deal of this. But the fact of the matter is that could actually happen. And Will Smith has now not only opened up himself, but everybody else that could be legally implicated in this situation or deal with the legal consequence in this situation is now at least having to think about what's going to happen. So it might affect Will Smith being able, but then also, Will Smith has enough money that they could completely stop working him altogether. He could get no press for the rest of his life and he would still be okay. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out and whether this will actually affect Will Smith, what Chris Rock will say afterwards about it. I'm sure all the blogs will be talking about it. I'm sure tomorrow it'll be all over the news. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This has been Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world.